I swung my arms back, leaped up as high as I could, and slammed the volleyball down into the opponent's court. Scores 23-24. I only needed 1 point to tie us up with the other team. Otherwise, we lose the game. I bounced the ball 3 times. My personal routine. I'm focused, locked in. I throw the ball up, I hit it, and it goes into the net. We lose the game 25-23. 2 teams near equal in skill, but only one can take the victory. So what does this have to do with hair? You can win the game simply by making less mistakes. So in this video, I'm going to show you 6 mistakes that are killing your hair growth and what you need to change to ensure you win in your hair journey. Let's get it. Mistake number 1, investing too much money in hair growth oils. Most of you guys already know my philosophy when it comes to hair growth oils, okay? On average, your hair grows ½ an inch every single month. So whenever you're using a hair growth oil or anything like that, that's supposed to get you as close to that ½ an inch per month as possible. Every video, every single video, your hair will not grow 6 inches overnight. If somebody told you that, I need you to get the scissors, cut them off because they are dead to you now. Because they don't have your best interest in heart like I do, okay? Hey, eyes on me. I'm the captain now. It is way more productive to put most of your spending towards products that are going to help you retain length. Stuff like deep conditioners. If you invest the money in a high quality deep conditioner, I'm gonna put one on the screen or in the description, but that's going to help you not only moisturize your hair, limit breakage, because when you're detangling your hair, it's going to have more slip, so less of the ends of your hair are going to break off, and you're going to see more progress in your hair journey. If you're going to invest into your hair growth, invest in products that are going to promote length retention. Stop investing in these miracle hair growth products. Y'all know the one that I'm about to mention, but I'm not going to mention it, okay? Just know 7 angles of betrayal, all right? I'm not going to call the person out, but I'm just saying I ain't here to promote enemies, okay? You know, it's all love. It's all love until it's not. Mistake number 2, using the sponge or picking out your hair too often. At the time of recording this video, it's 2025. Why are we still using the sponge? Like, y'all didn't want to leave this in 2016? Hold on, wait, let me gather my words together before I roast you. The only time I think it's acceptable is if your hair is already short, you're not trying to grow it out, or you're using like the plastic ones. If you are using like the actual sponge, that's the corner. Go sit in it right now. You think I'm joking? You carry your hip into that corner, we could deal with you later. At this point, I ain't even gonna give you the biggest reason, bro. If you don't see a problem with you taking an absorbent material and rubbing it on your head in circles when it comes to breakage and just like retaining the length of your hair, you are beyond the scope of this video. I can't save you. But let's talk about picking out your hair real quick. I know a lot of guys struggle with this because you either got school, you got work, your hair is in an Afro state, you can't really do much to it. You can't do cornrows, you can't do any like style like that. So you want your hair to look good, but your hair always looks flat in the morning, but you don't want to be detangling your hair every day, especially when your hair is dry. That's a recipe for disaster. I'll give you a quick tip. When my hair was a lot shorter, what I used to do was spray my hair with a spray leave-in conditioner. I would take the pick and I would only pick to the halfway point of my hair, basically just to lift it off the scalp. So you're not really detangling, you're just getting some more volume. If you're not going to the ends of your hair, you can't break off the ends of your hair, which means you'll do little... My brain just discombobulated just now. Less breakage. We understand? Next point. Mistake number 3 is not using products with enough slip. Now, you may not be familiar with the term of slip unless you are dirty-minded, and if that is the case, please go open this app expeditiously. By slip, we basically mean any product that's going to make it easier for you to detangle your hair without breakage, right? Just because a product has a lot of moisture doesn't mean it's going to provide a lot of slip. And I personally believe you could eliminate more than 80% of the factors that is preventing your hair from growing simply by using products that make it easier for you to detangle your hair, because that's really the hardest part. Like, styling your hair, yeah, it's putting a little bit of stress on the hair strands and all that, but it's really the detangling that is like the biggest beast for everybody. So if you guys want a complete tutorial on how to detangle your hair from start to finish, let me know. Drop down in the comments and I'll make that video for you. Even though I could see it right now, that video gonna take a lot of work, but I'm gonna do it for you, you know, because you're my bro. The only thing I ask for in return is that you like the video. Every time I gotta do this dance with you, ring-a-ling-a-ling, a ring-a-ling-a-ling. like the video. Next mistake, rinsing out your hair daily. And I know what y'all are trying to do, you know. You're thinking, hey, my hair feels dry. So if I just rinse my hair, the water is gonna make my hair feel moisturized again, correct? Wrong. Let me educate you real quick. The whole moisturizing process includes hydrating your hair, which is adding water to it, and using a product to seal in that moisture, which could be a butter or an oil or something similar. So hydrating, putting the water into your hair is only one part of it. I often tell you guys to do the LOC/LCO method. If you don't know what that is, go binge my channel because I talk about it a lot. But it's basically a technique to moisturize your hair. Now imagine you go through all that effort to moisturize your hair and do all those steps just to rinse out all that progress. You basically started from zero. And if you're gonna rinse out all the progress and have to do it again, you might as well just do the entire wash day again. So instead of rinsing out your hair, if your hair feels super dry, I would advise getting a spray bottle or a spray leave-in conditioner or even a mister. There's some products that are like dedicated towards this, and just spray your hair. This will give you some extra moisture. You could spray it with an oil afterwards to kind of do that like layering technique I was talking about, and it will buy you some more time until your next wash days. Like this isn't like a complete fix, all right? If your hair is feeling super dry and you really trying to stretch it to the next wash day, try that technique out. This next mistake, I know you do. I know, yes, you behind the camera. No, not the other guy, you. Stop switching up your hair routine every week. I know, you're excited. You're starting to grow out your hair. You're watching King Brill. You're watching Juwan Gaines. You're watching Tarek Larota, who you subscribe to. And you're getting flooded with all this information. Ooh, there's this routine. Oh, this person does that. Oh, this person does this. Try one routine and stick with it for at least 2 to 4 weeks. The reason is if you keep trying out different routines, you're not actually building the skill of doing your hair, and it's actually a skill. Like, trust me, I used to be doing this all the time. I used to switch up my routine. I used to try this, try that, try this. But as soon as I stuck with something for a while, I ended up seeing better results in my curly hair routines because I was doing one thing and getting better at it for a longer period of time. Stop switching up your hair routines. Watch one of them. Try it out for a few weeks. If you still feel like you're struggling in certain areas, then you could look at other routines, but you actually want to build up the skill of doing the curly hair routine, learning how to do the style and whatnot. I use what lot? There should be a counter for when I use whatnot. That's like my default word. I love that word. You ever just not know what to say and you just end the sentence with a word? It don't even have to do with it. Before we go on to the next tip, if you've been growing out your hair for a while, I needed a little bit of extra help. Don't worry, I got you. I got a free hair routine template going over everything you should do to your hair from day 1 to day 7 of managing your curls. If that sounds interesting, check out the link in the description. It's completely free. Y'all just a bunch of bases, okay? Just take it, take it. Stop using crappy products. And I know that sounds obvious to a lot of people, but you'd be surprised how many people can't decipher or can't distinguish between a good product and a bad product when it comes to their hair. I hate to burst your bubble, but a lot of the products that you grew up with, that your mom, that your sister, that your auntie, that your lunch lady had, aren't actually that good for your hair. And I'm gonna start taking shots, all right? Shea Moisture, throw it in the garbage. Cantu, throw that in the garbage too. What else we have? We can stick with that. Head and Shoulders. Ooh, you didn't think I was gonna say that one. I actually don't think Head and Shoulders is that bad, but there are better options for you. My personal advice, stick to the black-owned brands. And you might say, Tarek, Shea Moisture is black-owned. No, they're not. They were once black-owned. They ain't black-owned no more. Now, not everyone has to be black-owned, but it's a good indicator. I'll give you some quick examples. Camille Rose, Mael Organics, The Dough, As I Am. What else? Hold on. I am a Rose. Shooks. Aunt Jackie's. Carol's Daughter. Hold on. Bonus round. Pattern Beauty. And if you guys want a list of the best products for curly and coily hair, there'll also be a link to where you can find that in the description. It ain't free though, bro. Gotta keep the lights on. Let me know if you guys want a part 2 of this video, because I do have more. Yeah, there's more ways that you're messing up your hair. And let me know down below in the description which one of those mistakes you were doing. Were you called out on it? Did you not know that it was a mistake? Did you find the light in this video? Let me know in the comments and we'll have a chill time. And if you like this video, you're definitely gonna like this one. So I advise you check it out. That's all for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.